Guys, usual embargo, please. 10:30 embargo this evening. And questions to the mic, please.
Good afternoon, Pep. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has today been speaking about the game. He has urged his players to look at and take inspiration from that comeback against Paris Saint-Germain, and he says that they need the perfect performance if they're going to come here and get the result they need. How do you make sure that they don't do that, they're not able to have that perfect performance here?
It's Man United, so can do it. They have done, can do it. We have to do almost a perfect game to go through. So it's a semi-final. In these kind of games, against this kind of teams with this incredible history behind, we have pride, and I know how difficult it would be to reach the final.
There's been a big debate this week about whether managers have disrespected cup competitions by rotating so many players. Now, you've always tended to play particularly strong teams, in the FA Cup specifically. Do you feel you've got a duty to play strong teams in cup competitions, or how do you look at that debate?
Listen, we accept the schedules, the competitions, the games every 2-3 days. But don't tell the manager which selection you have to choose, please. So it's our job. So they do what they want to do, we'll be there. Which day, this time, we'll be there. But it's not necessary to tell us in which players we have to play the games. This is our duty.
Now, there were some City fans that took a bit of offence at your comments after the Fulham game when you questioned why there weren't more in the stadium. The supporters club in particular suggested that perhaps you didn't understand the financial pressures that fans were under to come to these games. Do you have any regrets about what you said, or maybe how you said it after that game?
First of all, of course I understand it. Of course I understand it. So, never was my intention to offend them. They are part of us. So, but since I arrived here, the day one until the last day, what I want is fights and play as good as possible to see Etihad Stadium full every single day, every single game. So it belongs to us to play good, to seduce them to come, because the only reason why we do our job, and I do my job, is not for the titles. Is to go to Etihad Stadium and see absolutely full the people, and together enjoy together the games, because when we win and they are not satisfied, it's not reason to be there. But of course I understand it's difficult for the people to do that. It's not necessary to tell me, because I was part of that when I was a little boy with mom and dad, so I know exactly what happened. But since I arrived here, I learned for English football how important are the Premier League and the Cup, the FA Cup. More important this club than Champions League, much, much more. We knew it through the club, and I experienced. It was my mistake, but I thought, it's Sunday, 1 o'clock, today will be full. And I didn't know it's a BBC One, it's not from Sky, they can watch it, and of course the people can decide, go to the stadium, if not. Only I want when the people there, a few people be with us, but we try to do our best to let them be proud for our team. But, I would try it again. I would try it again to push them to be with us as much as possible. If it's possible to be every single game full, will be better, because it's the sense, to do something for our people. And I know how I appreciate, because I know how much people come when we play away. I know them, we feel them, they chant them, and it's so nice to have them outside. And I know for them it's not easy. That's why I always will be grateful. The support, and every time the people away at home, the people come to be with us to try to make our games fun and sometimes win games.
Hi, Pep. We know how deceiving 2-goal leads can be in football. How important is it that your team aren't complacent tomorrow evening?
Never wasn't complacent, my team, during 4 years. Never.
With regards to how you approach the game, would you say that attack is the best form of defence, because you, of course, have a scoreline to protect? But how will your team set up in that regard?
Well, we have to be careful about their skills. I have to be careful the counter-attacks. I want to be careful the set pieces. I want to be careful how good they play if we let them play. And it will be moments that we have to defend. They don't have nothing to lose, so they are going to attack. They are going to, to nothing happen, and you have to control our emotions. And of course, it will be not the best way just thinking and defend. And the result that we start with 2-0, so we have to try to score goals.
Marcus Rashford played a huge part in United's win back here in December. Without him, what would you say are United's biggest threats?
Well, we won 1-3 with him there in Etihad in Old Trafford.
Hi, Pep. Just wanted to check on the team situation. Is everybody okay for this game, apart from Leroy?
No, we have some doubts. Tomorrow we will do the last test in the training session and we'll decide.
You're saying you have some doubts? Who is any?
The same that the day before. The game before.
Is Laporte okay to play? Do you think he's going to...
It's part of the doubts.
Pep, after the game on Sunday, Phil Foden said that David Silva is a bit like a manager sometimes, in the way if he sees something players can improve on, he encourages people, he talks to them. I was just wondering, obviously you were a player that became a manager, whether you see something in David now that suggests he can go on and be a manager and maybe even manage this club one day.
I don't know. I need it, we need it. Players on the pitch, especially the experienced ones, the clever ones, intelligent ones, what he sees, what they see. In that moment, take a moment and take the decisions there. Wait a half time, and especially the day after when it's late. So we need it. So about the decision that we want to do, I don't know. I didn't speak about him, but will be nice. So this type of players with this incredible experience, I think a few days ago he played, I think, the 300 games for Manchester City. So it's incredible milestone. So it depends, but I didn't speak about him. But of course he has the ability, because he's so intelligent about read what happened in the game.
Hi Pep. After the 3-1 game at Old Trafford, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that you fielded your strongest team against them, and that it showed that they are going places and that you showed them respect. First of all, do you agree that you fielded your strongest team at Old Trafford? And secondly, did you also find those comments a bit strange?
I show respect for my opponents that they won until I won. When I start with the second team Barcelona until today, I'm sitting in front of you. Always. That's why sometimes you had success to winning, because I give a lot of credit to my opponents. And I took that selection. And tomorrow we'll take another selection, and we did it against Fulham. So you can say many things, but not we have respect or we show respect for the opponents. Never.
So in the context of a Manchester derby, do you think that was a strange comment to make?
No.